back to the Bulldogs as a strength and conditioning coach, and you're in charge of giving them an edge and returning them into a team that can hang in for the full 80 minutes or more if needed. Did you see that as something that you thought, I can get these blue and whites back?
Yeah. And so we went to the 94, 95, 98. So while I was mucking around there, we got to a few grand finals, which was tremendous, you know. And there are a lot of people players from that era that I still, you know, Jason Hetherington, for example. You know,
I was going to say, I think you two would get along pretty well.
He was a bushy, you know. There were a lot of guys like that really enjoyed themselves at the Bulldogs, yeah.
How did the players respond to some of your methods?
Oh, there was always a complaints department. That was, you know, a given.
How do you deal with it when players start to complain about it being too hard?
Come with me and we'll see the CEO and we'll see, can he sort your pay packet out?
Really?
Yeah, because you are on quite a bit of money, so shut up and get on with it. In through that era, Ricky Stewart, Bradley Clyde, a couple of guys like that come to our club. I would say Bradley Clyde is the best athlete I've ever trained. And I trained a lot of different sports and what have you. If I asked him to do something, he'd do it. Can you swim a kilometre for me, Bradley? No problem. We ride the bicycle 20 laps around Centennial Park. That'll work out to be about 85K. Righto, we'll get it done.
Who's the strongest you've ever seen in the gym?
Yeah, we've had a few of those, but I don't know whether they were drug-assisted or not, though, you know. Taking steroids was a bit of a thing, you know, back through the early 2000s and that. I say to you, for weight, for strength, one of the best I've ever met is John Thurston. You know, for his weight, he was very strong, good.
Just wanted it.
Yeah, really good.
You mentioned steroids. Now, over your time, so you're a life in the game, right?
Yeah.
You would have seen some pretty wild things coming in and out of gyms, and blokes trying to get an advantage anyway, right? Yeah. Illegally, whatever they can get their hands on. So steroids or peptides out of pigs' brains and drinking calf's blood and all these, you know, new fad things that are going to make you the fittest, fastest, strongest. What's some of the more unusual tactics that you've heard or seen?
I think you've just mentioned them all. But the good thing about it was the testing system. You know, when I first started doing the strength and conditioning type stuff, there was no rules. And there were a lot of guys taking steroids, yeah.
They were out there running through brick walls.
Yeah, it was obvious as well, you know. It wasn't as if it was a secret.
When you went to the Cowboys, it's 40-odd degrees through summer in a pre-season. Yeah. Is that perfect for you? Is that like, are you like the drill sergeant through the pre-season?
Well, the thing that Graham Murray, God bless his soul, you know, when we got together and had our first conversations about how we go about it, the thing that he said to me was that we got a unique situation in North Queensland. All these people from Sydney and Canberra and Illawarra and stuff, they're not used to the temperature. So let's make that our number one thing, that, you know, when we play at home, we'll be able to play the whole game. So he let me go on that, and I turned into some crazy things, you know. There was a lot of stuff that North Queensland boys still tell me about.
Like what? What did you do? What did you come up with?
Oh, well, our favourite was Castle Hill. Oh. Castle Hill, we used to run up and down that all the time. My favourite story is that Matthew Bowen was a young man just coming along the rails, you know, only 19 or 20 or something. In the pre-season of before Christmas, he, you know, he was going pretty good, Matthew, so I said, come and live with us and I'll teach you how, you know, about eating and, you know, what times you eat and how you go about it and all that. The wife wasn't that happy that I asked Matthew to move in, but anyway, he did. So he turned up with an esky. And I said, what's in the esky, Matthew? Oh, he said, good tucker, Billy. Got a dugong. I said, show me what a dugong looks like to eat. I don't know whether you ever seen a dugong.
It's pretty fatty.
It's just fat.
Yeah. it's not on the lean meat side.
we put the esky in the back of the car and I went and tipped it in the river.
Oh.
That was the last time we had dugong.
And so so he gave up the dugong. What did you get Matty onto?
So he just started eating, lean meat and keeping away from the hamburger shops and what have you. And what a tremendous athlete he was, And put him together with John Thurston, and we had a really good little combination there at the Cowboys. They used to whistle to each other and cooey and carry on, about set moves, and it was fun. I
heard an awful rumour you took out the aircon out of the gym.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? Why would you do that?
We're playing in North Queensland.
Oh, my God, exactly.
We're going to train in North Queensland as well.
Cruel.
Yeah. So when I pulled down the air conditioner, that was a hoo-ha for a couple of weeks.
But is that a mental thing?
Yeah, of course, yep.
What was your theory around players who weren't playing or picked to play on game day? If you weren't in the...
Well, they called the 18th man team. When the others, the main squad who's played and stuff, doing their recovery work on Monday, then the leftover group come and train with Billy. And we do some silly stuff, just to keep it entertaining.
I heard that you used to make some of the Bulldogs ride down to Canberra, the leftover group.
Well, what happened there was we made a rule in conjunction with Folks and Anderson, who were the coaches around the time, that if we played away from Belmore Oval and we're playing in New South Wales, we'd ride our bicycle there. The famous story is, of course, Ricky Stewart riding to Canberra.
Rick would have hated that.
Thank you. I said,
has he forgiven you yet?
So we said, we'll start riding, and we got about 3 hour, 4 hour start, and away we went. And so we got to Goulburn, and I thought, we're going pretty good, So we might race them there to Canberra. But anyway, the bus caught us.
Are you on the Hume Highway with Ricky Stewart on a bicycle?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. It was a bit hectic down around Campbelltown and that, but...
It's the funniest thing to think of. Does Rick talk to you anymore?
I haven't talked to him for a while.
Funny.